Welcome back. Well, Eurostar services between London and Paris are in disarray after a fault with the overhead power supply in the Channel Tunnel. Passengers hoping to travel have been told that all services between the UK and French capital has been cancelled as engineers work to fix the problem.
Just the most astonishing disarray there at St Pancras, but we've got our man on the scene. Will Godley, our national reporter, is there. And Will, you've been speaking to some pretty unhappy travellers.
Yeah, certainly have. Not just trains to Paris cancelled, but all Eurostar services, Amsterdam and Brussels affected as well. Not just people here unhappy, but on social media, lots of people talking about being stuck on trains currently unmoving. Some people that left London at 7 o'clock this morning have been sitting on trains for some 3 hours. Now have been told they're on their way back to London. Of course, as that power supply issue in the Channel Tunnel has caused Eurostar to suspend all trains. And now staff here at the station have been urging people to make other arrangements, telling people no trains will travel today. Announcements have been ringing out throughout the station here, and those queues have now died down as the people have been ushered away from the areas people would normally be queuing in, that departure area, with people gathering in the central hall. In fact, there's been so many people gathered in the central hall trying to rebook travel options, find alternative options. There's very little signal for people to be able to do so, and all of this comes at a really difficult time, just the day before New Year's Eve, really causing many people's travel plans to really be scuppered.
My New Year's completely ruined. So I don't know what I'm doing now. I don't know if I can go to Paris. I'm guessing it's tomorrow that the next Eurostar will be. I don't know if I'll get a refund of my hotel. I'm stranded in London. They've not really told me anything.
Your personal data could be exposed right now without you even knowing it. And if you want it removed, use incogni.com/GB News in the description now and get 60% off an annual plan on us. Incogni reach out to the data brokers on your behalf and request that your information be deleted from their databases. And they'll keep sending removal requests to make sure your data stays gone. Sometimes your information ends up on strange, obscure websites that automated tools just can't reach. And that's why Incogni just launched their unlimited plan with a feature called custom removals. With this, you can submit any link where your personal information appears, literally paste in the URL, and their privacy team will investigate and work to get it removed. And getting started is super easy. Hit the link in the description, create an Incogni account, and tell them whose data you want removed. Grant them permission to work on your behalf, and then all you've got to do is sit back and relax. They'll keep you updated along the way. Incogni is totally risk-free for 30 days. If you try it, it's not for you, you'll get a full refund. So take back control of your personal data today with Incogni. Use our code GBNews at checkout via the link in the description, as you'll get 60% off an annual plan.
Well, not just Londoners stranded, but tourists I've been speaking to from all over the world stranded here as well. Many people planning to go into Europe for New Year's now unable to do so. We can speak to the Cook family who are joining me now. They've come to London from Tennessee. In fact, it's really terrible timing for you, this has all happened, because it's your 25th wedding anniversary. What had you planned?
We planned a nice dinner and just some time in Paris.
And now all of that now thrown into complete chaos. What have you been told, and what are your options?
We're told that we need to find alternate, but there's no flights, there's no transportation, so we're having a challenge of getting out of the city.
And Kim, you've got your phone out here. You've been trying, as I've been speaking to you ahead of talking to you now, to rebook alternative options. What options have you found?
Well, like you said, the flights for today, nothing, no buses. We're looking at maybe going to Edinburgh and taking a flight out of there tomorrow to try to get to Paris.
But all of that's going to cost a huge amount of money, isn't it? What kind of an impact is that going to have?
Pretty big impact, yeah.
Pretty significant, yeah.
Unplanned expense, but all part of the adventure, I guess.
And you were telling me you don't even have travel insurance as well, so not quite the 25th wedding anniversary you might have wanted.
Right. It'll be memorable.
And are you thinking about abandoning your trip, or still thinking of going to Paris?
Well, I mean, right now our flight is out of Paris, so I feel like we don't have a choice. We need to get to Paris.
And boys, How are you feeling, Riley, Brandon, Graham? You seem in pretty good spirits, I must say.
Yeah, we're just still hoping we can get there and hoping something happens so we can get there.
It's still a bit cold, but hopeful that we'll make it there eventually.
Graham?
We're just hanging out, cold, but having a good time out here.
Well, if you do have to abandon your plans and you're here in London for New Year's, there are some quite good fireworks, so maybe that's something you can look forward to. Hopefully this won't impact your 25th wedding anniversary too much. Hopefully it doesn't ruin it and you can still enjoy it. But what do you think the chances are of you travelling to Edinburgh today? Is that your only option, really?
It's that or stay here in London. So we don't have lodging, though, because we checked out of the Victory Service Club earlier this morning, so we'll have to find new lodging.
So you really are stranded here in the capital. So if anyone's watching or listening wants to help you out, how could they do that?
They can
Drive us in a van to Dover to catch a ferry over, or take us to Paris. Yeah.
Well, you're sounding in very good spirits considering everything. Thanks for joining us on GB News. The Cook family there, struggling with their travel options, of course, as Eurostar services here cancelled. And in the last few minutes, we've had an updated statement from Eurostar, who have said, unfortunately, the power outages in the Channel Tunnel today mean that they have had no choice but to suspend all services today until further notice. They've told passengers, please do not come to the station. We are very sorry for the impact the situation may have on people's travel plans. They've said that due to a problem with the overhead power supply and a subsequent failed shuttle train, the Channel Tunnel is currently closed. Well, maybe some relief to people who have travelled here to central London today on LNER trains. The rail operator offering their customers a free return journey home if they are stranded in London. But for the Cook family here and so many others, that's simply not going to help them out. They're now looking at, say, £500 tickets up to Edinburgh to then find a flight over to Paris. But no guarantee there'll be space on that and that they'll even make it at this stage. Lots of chaos here at St Pancras.
Well, Will Godley, thanks indeed for bringing us that. Actually, completely fascinating human interest story there. I was watching Home Alone 2 over Christmas, and I was thinking, is this a sort of reverse thing? And an American family has to get to Paris to get their flights to get back to the United States. I'm on tenterhooks.
It is a nightmare, though, and also you feel really sorry for the people who are actually stuck on trains, because bad enough to be stranded in London, you've checked out your hotel, you don't know how you're going to get to Paris or you're going to Edinburgh, but actually stuck on a train somewhere, that must be awful. Let's hope it is fixed soon.
No, absolutely. Although, of course, if American tourists do want to stay in Britain rather than go to France, heartily encouraged. Let's help our economy along a little bit, shall we? Big thanks to Will Godley for his intrepid reporting there.
Well, this is Good Afternoon Britain on GB News.